Up next, we have Everett Steele from Kanga Technology. All right, Everett, take it away.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I am Everett Steele. I am the founder and chief executive officer of Kanga Technology. At Kanga, we develop enterprise software for local delivery. So 2 years ago, in 2013, I set out to found an Uber for delivery style startup. I raised $1 million and built a product for iOS, Android, and desktop that connects people who need delivery with people who can do it. 6 months and thousands of deliveries later, I had a huge realization. In the course of developing our product, we had built a product that not only served our needs, but could serve the needs of enterprises and small businesses around the world. We have built a product with features such as driver dispatching, real-time chat between customers, drivers, and dispatching managers, real-time vehicle tracking, so on and so forth. Sorry, my thing just went 2. And in doing so, we have started launching a white label, fully customizable software solution which allows our customers to tap into crowdsourced, internal fleets, and third-party logistics providers to solve their local delivery needs. So for Delta Airlines, we help power a solution that provides Medallion customers the ability to have their baggage sent home without having to carry them on Uber or public transit, so on and so forth. The nice thing about our platform is it allows us to deploy these software solutions in days instead of months, and for fees that are unbelievably reasonable compared to developing in-house. Basically, we aggregate supply and demand for delivery and delivery providers. We sit as an intermediary layer between people who need delivery and people who provide it, ranging from, as I said, third-party logistics, in-house fleets, and crowdsourced competitors. We've built an unbelievable team. Between our 6 core leadership members, we have multiple successful exits and experience at companies ranging from hospitality to travel to manufacturing consumer packaged goods. I've worked at multiple startups, and this is hands down one of the best teams I've ever seen. And I think results speak for ourselves. In the 6 months since we deployed our white label software as a service solution, we've expanded our footprint from North America to Southeast Asia, where we partner with a major telecom provider, to South Africa, where a venture-based startup is utilizing our platform to execute local delivery. Our customer base is strong, our technology is stronger, our team is fantastic, and I'm excited to connect with a lot of you to see what we can do to help bring our global vision for local delivery to the world. Thank you.
All right.
Am I right in front of you?
No, you're good. You're the star. I'm just the monkey. All right. So, and thank you for finishing 30 seconds early.
Hey.
Oh, big time. All right. Questions?
Yeah, my question is, you know, if you're successful at this, there are companies like Uber and Lyft that have got more money than God.
Absolutely.
And they're going to go after this space because they're not going to want an intermediary between themselves and their customers. So how do you think you deal with that?
It does seem like that way at first blush, but what we've realized is all companies, whether it's UPS, Uber, or a small mom and pop delivery, have one similar unifying bottleneck, and that is they have a static number of vehicles. Uber can go to one of our customers like Georgia Pacific and say, we can do 99% of the deliveries you need, but at some peak times, we're not going to be able to say yes, or we're going to say yes and do it poorly. It's a fact of delivery, whether UPS or Uber. We help aggregate that demand out and share it out through partners so that companies like Uber or UPS can still take a part of that revenue while still getting the job done for their customer.
How do you deal with the attribution issue? So if I have a package, all these companies are using different warehouse management systems, inventory management systems, and there's a million platforms out there. They're fucking expensive. They're complicated to integrate with. How the hell do you track shit? I mean, come on.
I'm glad you asked. So we are right now working with the Georgia Tech Enterprise Logistics Institute, which has been rated for 26 years in a row as the #1 logistics institute in the entire world. We are developing a standard that we believe will become an ISO-type standard for local delivery, including all points of data transmission from a universal set of various software protocols. We can set things like delivery requirements in terms of insurance limits, commercial driver's license certifications, regional things. In Manila, we have a police certification that no other town needs. So very flexible.
But don't you end up in like corner case hell? I mean, you're going to have to, how do you scale a team when every single deal you do is going to essentially be, it's a services business. This isn't scalable. How do you scale that?
Oh, it absolutely is. So it's a software business. We license our software. We have a variety of flags we can turn on for specific users, for their specific use cases, their specific geography, and other requirements. And we're building a very large, extensive software suite, and it works very well.
I predict spaghetti code next.
Yeah, I have a couple questions. One, how is it being priced? And two, in terms of the customers using it, do they tend to be, at this point in time, customers where this is kind of a side business of theirs, or do you have any businesses like an Uber or a Lyft or somebody where kind of just-in-time delivery is actually a core element of their business?
Sure. So on the delivery side, we do. We're actually piloting a program right now between Georgia Pacific and Uber in Atlanta. But we also have a number of mom-and-pop couriers. We have a large company in Atlanta called Transprint Solutions.
Are you delivering the access to vehicles as well? So
Absolutely.
Got it. And how do you price it?
So we have kind of two ways. For people who use what we call our Kanga delivery network of crowdsourced drivers, we take a 30% cut off every delivery's price. For people who are just using our platform, it's a very standard software as a service. We have a seat price that gets you an X number of deliveries a month.
And what's sort of the average customer price per month? What are they paying you?
Right now for the companies, we range from about $10,000 to $25,000, $30,000 a month.
You know, we've heard of a lot of customer support horror stories from Uber or Lyft. I mean, I've heard some stories that would just blow your minds. And so I wonder if you have a big brand like Delta and they're white labeling it's their brand on it, who handles the customer support side of this? Because you're funneling it to Lyft or Uber, and then they don't even know who's ultimately responsible for the customer service element. So
that
is that something that falls on you guys, or?
It's a huge challenge. It's absolutely not us. We're not a service provider. We're a software provider. It depends on the actual SLAs we have with the company. For the instance of Delta, all requests go back to their service desk and is handled through there. It's kind of a case-by-case basis.
And what is your best customer in terms of what kind of stuff they're shipping? Is it small items, heavy items, bulky items?
So as a software provider, we're agnostic to item, we're agnostic to distance, endpoint, et cetera. I would say one of our best customers right now is the Philippines long-distance telephone company. We sit as an intermediary between one of their sort of Amazon marketplace competitors with 25,000 individual retailers and a taxi fleet they own with 6,500 drivers. We're a software layer in between that allows those retailers to activate on-demand local delivery across Southeast Asia using those assets. It's all about aggregating demand and sharing it with people who can do it.
What happens when a box gets lost?
So we have a number of things to mitigate the risk of loss. We have real-time vehicle tracking. You can see at any point where your product is.
So are you putting like, every vehicle has to have a connected device then? So you can actually track it, like GPS?
All the drivers are powered by smartphones, iOS and Android.
Okay. What's your current MRR?
We're kind of pre-revenue at this point. We're in pilot with 6 different large organizations and working towards that. We're actually right now building an enterprise sales team to go after growing our revenue.
What do you expect gross margin to be?
Gross margin, we're looking at about 15%. We sort of have a weird cost of goods structure because we have drivers that we have to pay, but the way we calculate, we're looking at about 15% and taking part of a $220 billion a year industry.
And you have a sense of what the cost of sales is and how long you think it'll take you to pay it back?
I'll be honest, we do not. We're building a sales team right now. We're a great team of technologists. We're a great team of company builders. We do not have a great sales team, so we're working right now to raise another round to actually build that out.
In terms of the pilots you've done so far, is this like a top-down sales approach, or you start with the CEO and pitch them on this, hey, you've got all these assets and use them, or I'm just curious, or do you bottom up it? Like, how do you do that?
So one of the good advantages we have of being in Atlanta, Georgia, and working with Georgia Institute of Technology, other universities there, is that we have great access to some of the strategic enterprise funds there. So we're able to pitch directly into some of the most innovative hubs within some of the Fortune 100s based in Atlanta.
Okay. Let's talk offline about Atlanta. All right, thank you.
Let's do.
We have wine for you, bread and butter.
Corkscrew?
Talk to Bandy.
I just drink that here.